And we are live. And can you guys hear me? For some reason, no sound. Let's see. No sound. Okay, let me find it. No sound. Okay, let me find it. Okay, you guys got sound now? Okay, cool. No sound. Okay, let me find it. Thank you. I tell you what, there is always something, and you just never know. You just never know what's going to happen. So, hey, everybody, I'm so glad to see you guys tonight. I missed you guys last week, but I tell you what, life has certainly been interesting. Let me go ahead and give the greeting and then we'll get down to business. So on this episode of YouTube Talk, we're going to talk about those first 30 seconds of your YouTube video. And then we'll get some updates on open invites and collabs. But before we get into that, if you're new to YouTube Talk, I'm Denise Jordan, and I help influencers, particularly women, I should say usually women, to grow their influence through YouTube. So if that sounds like something you want to do, then hit that subscribe button and then tap the little bell icon so you don't miss any upcoming videos. And if you've joined us on the replay, welcome. Be sure to jump in on the conversation and leave your comments or questions in the comment section, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. So as I always want to know, you know how nosy I am, what you sipping on. Tonight, I just got ice water. I cooked a penne pasta with meatballs, and I've used that Barilla rustic cut vegetable sauce with some sauce of my own, and oh my goodness, it was delicious. And I had lemonade with dinner, so I'm just having ice water tonight. So I'm going to go ahead and greet people and then find out what you guys are sipping on. So let me get started. And the first person to jump on tonight was my long time, probably my number one fan, is Miss Congeniality. And you know, Miss Congeniality, the Sunday show, we're going to be talking YouTube strategy, but I'm glad you're on tonight because one of the things we're going to be talking about is getting those videos started, those first 30 seconds of the videos. And I would love to have your input once I talk about a couple of things, and then the ladies can see what the viewers' perspectives are. So, and then there is Darcy. Hey, Darcy, it's good to have you with us as well. And then Gail Johnson was the first one to let me know that there was no sound. So I was really glad she let me know that so that I could get it sorted out. And then there's Stacy from Design and Style, Stacy Sway. Good to have you with us as well. And then let's see. There's Mary from Rocky Mountain Gardens. And Mary, I just can't wait to start talking about gardens and spring and all that stuff. Spring is actually going to come. And Mary said she's got ice water tonight. And Mary Keys is just saying, hey, and she's throwing in a circle already, saying, circle up, ladies. So let's circle up. Drop those circles in the chat box, please. That means we're going to get ready to take care of business, and we are taking care of business tonight. So throw some circles in, everybody. Let's do this. Hey, Kimberly Davis, it is always good to have you with us, Kim. I like what you're doing with your channel, I must say. And so there's a circle from Darcy. And then Rachel is with us. She's got Irish breakfast hot tea. Now, Rachel, you're usually with me on Thursday when I'm doing my homemakers live Q&A. On Sunday nights, it's a bunch of YouTube creators, and we're talking about YouTube strategy. But I'm really glad you're here tonight because you and Miss Congeniality can give us some input on intros. We're talking about how we start our videos, and I've got a couple things I'm going to show people, and then I want the viewers to kind of jump in and let us know their thoughts so that we can all grow, because our whole goal is to make better videos for you. And then Pretty Things. Pretty Things, I forgot your name. You'll have to tell me again. I'm sorry. And let's see. Kimberly has ice water. And let's see. Crafty Nana is on. Hey, Nana, it's good to have you with us as well. Andrea Mason has water. Everybody's rocking water tonight. And you know what? It's a good thing to do, too. And let's see. Rachel said she'll be happy to help. So good. Pretty Things. Her name is Rena. Ladies, say hi to Rena at Pretty Things. And then, as I said earlier, Miss Congeniality and Rachel Knight are my subscribers from my traditional homemaking channel. So they're going to be with us tonight and kind of share us some insights on a couple of things that I'm going to be chatting about. And I just dropped my mouse on the floor, which means that I won't be doing much without it up there. Huh. And so people are greeting Pretty Things, who is Rena. Okay. All right. So there's that. So, the last couple shows we had, I thought were really good. And since I have learned how to, be able to share the screen, I think I've really improved the show. It has really been helpful, at least for me, to be able to share different things with you guys. So, I'm going to go ahead and jump right in because Roberto Blake is also doing a live stream tonight, and he's talking about YouTube money, and that might be something that you guys might want to jump in on as well. So I don't think the topic that I have is going to keep you guys too long, but it is a very important one. So let's just go ahead and we'll just get right in it. And so you guys know I have to talk myself through the steps, otherwise I forget something. And I'm going to be sharing, first of all, the 2 videos that I'm suggesting you guys watch. So the first one, and I'm going to share the screen. And then I'm going to, the first one is this one. And it is the Nick Nimmons video, How to Start Your YouTube Videos for Better Results. Now, this video is excellent. It is only 6 3/4 minutes long, but it is packed with information. We've looked at it once before, but I want you to look at it again after tonight's conversation so that you can get some more benefit from that. So now I'm going to stop that one and come back over here. And then I'm going to show you another one that I want you to check out. And this is one that we have also looked at before, but it's been quite a while. I don't know what that is. There we go. So this is the Salma Joffrey video, and it is what to say at the start of a YouTube video. So both of these videos that I want you guys to look at are excellent. Nick Nimmons' video is really good from the perspective of he gives you several different tips and things like that. And then Salma's video is also excellent in that she gives you some examples and drills down a little bit more. And Nick is always a little edgy because he's very masculine, but Salma is very feminine, but she's taking care of business. So I wish she was in our circle. We could throw Salma a circle to circle up. But so those are the 2 things that I really want you guys, those 2 videos, to take a look at. And if you have time to look at them tonight, great. If not, but over the next week, please take a look at those 2 videos. So now I'm going to jump right in. And then the first video I'm going to show you guys is one of mine. So let me, again, share the screen so that I can show it to you. Now, this is one of the videos that this is my video that I just put up on Saturday. Now, I want you guys to see, this is the video opening, and I want you to count the seconds with me. So many people are without power and trying to figure out how to get a hot meal. So I thought I would come out here and make some beef barley vegetable soup using some of my preps, and I'm just making it in my Legend Dutch oven over this fire on a grill. So now what I want you guys to notice is that, when the video came on, you see me out at the grill. I'm cooking. You see there's fire under there. And I'm cooking, and I just start. You're probably thinking, like, you see all the snow. You're thinking, what? And so it captures your attention. And then you get into my new slider, and then the video starts. So now this is right at 23 seconds when the video starts, right at 23 seconds. So now the thing I want you to think about is when you're looking at the YouTube analytics, the new YouTube analytics, one of the things that they show you is how long are people engaged. And the first analytic, the first metric they look at is the first 30 seconds. So that lets you know that those first 30 seconds are crucial. Now, we do know that today's viewers, many of them have a very short attention span. So you got to get to the point in 3 seconds or less, because, between 3 to 6 seconds, if they don't think what you're doing is interesting, they're going to bounce. So we've got Miss Congeniality on, and we've also got Rachel on. So now Rachel and Miss Congeniality, I'm going to share the screen one more time, and then you guys can prepare to share with us your thoughts on how long it takes for people to get into the meat of the video. So let me show this one more time, and then you guys can be thinking about your answer, and then I'll be ready to look at what you've got over in the chat box. So I am going to share the screen and tap that, and tap this one. Okay, so now I didn't mean to bring this one up, but this is one that I did want to show. So I thought I had another one of mine, but I do have it muted. Oh, that's good, because hopefully you can hear what's going on. You can see what's going on. So now the video starts. She's in her pantry. She's obviously cleaning and organizing. And look at the time frame. She's up on the stool. She's doing this. She's doing that. 22 seconds. 24 seconds. 27 seconds. 32 seconds. And there's her slider at 37 seconds. And then we look at her slider, and now she's into her video and she's talking. So it's 44 seconds and she's now in her video. Now I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm going to come back over here to StreamYard. So now hopefully you guys can still hear me. And let me know if you can still hear me. Because when I had to mute her video, I want to make sure that I didn't mute myself as well. So let's see. Hey, Vamsy. No, I didn't start early. I always start at 7:45 for this one. So can everyone hear me okay? And I see Sylvia from Silly Mommy for Life is on as well. And no, Vamsy. I jumped on at 7:45 as usual. So, okay, so you guys can hear me. All right, so now let's hear from Rachel at Rachel Knight, and also from Miss Congeniality. So now we just looked at two different videos, and we looked at the fact that the video just started. And I always think about my little granddaughter Morgan when she was like, standing like right here, and I was watching somebody's video, and Morgie said, "So when is she gonna start the video?" And I was like, "Well, she did." And Morgie said, well, why is she still talking? And I'm like, well, that's what the video is. She's like, oh, and then she just walked out of the room. So I think about Morgie when I start my videos now, like, when am I going to start the video? So what are your thoughts now about jumping right in? So now we've got Rachel right here. And so Rachel says, I feel like she went ahead and showed the whole video in the first 30 seconds. So what's the point of watching the rest? Sneak peeks pique my interest. Okay, so that's what Rachel's thoughts were. And Robin did show about 45 seconds of that video before we really got into it. Miss Congeniality, what are your thoughts? Let's see. And Mrs. Pollard is on. Hey, Mrs. Pollard, glad to have you with us as well. Let's see. All right. Now, here's the question though. Did it keep your interest? Did you keep watching? Like when I watched her video, and I watched it either yesterday or probably yesterday, I watched the whole video because I'm one of her followers. But when she jumped on and it was just on, I just watched it and I kept watching to see what she was doing. And then her slider came in and I was like, oh, she's just getting it started. So now, Miss Congeniality says it was straight to the point. So for those of you that joined us late, Miss Congeniality and then Rachel Knight are two of my subscribers from my This and That with Denise channel, my traditional homemakers. And they joined us tonight. And I told them we're talking about intros and outros and that kind of thing. And we want to hear their thoughts from the viewer's perspective about intros and then people taking too long or too short or that kind of thing. So there's that. So Miss Congeniality said it was straight to the point. Rachel thought that Robin's was just a little bit long, but mine wasn't quite as long. But again, I just kind of jumped right in. Let's see. So Cheryl at I Style My Style said that she showed everything up front so well, she probably wouldn't watch the rest of the video. Okay. That's always a problem. Okay. And then Michelle says it's nice to hear the viewer's perspective. Isn't it nice, Michelle? So we've got two real live viewers on tonight that can kind of give us their thoughts. And then Rachel's Mary says she kind of agrees with Rachel. She often fast forward through those beginning clips. Okay. Rachel says she doesn't know if she would have kept watching. Maybe if she wanted to know where she got the containers from or what the cleaning products were using, she might have continued watching it. And titles also help. And I didn't show you guys that because we're just trying to talk about the intros tonight. So there's that. So, okay. So Vamsy wants to know if this live is on my main channel. No, Vamsy, tonight we're talking YouTube strategy. So we're on the YouTube Talk channel. So this is what we're doing tonight. We're talking about YouTube strategy. So, okay. So there's that. Okay. So now getting a little bit of input. So now let me just come on back. I'm going to show you something else. So hang on. So let me share the screen and then that and that. And that. Now this one is another one of mine. And again, I'm shorter, but I'm also trying to jump right in. Decluttering my home is a priority for me this year, and I thought it just made sense to start in the kitchen. I have so many gadgets, so many utensils, just so much stuff that I thought it was time to get rid of some of it. So now here we are at 28 seconds. And so I kind of jumped right in. I let you see right from the beginning what I was doing. You can see I'm organizing, and I kind of went for a couple different things, and you could see what's going on. There's my slider. Decluttering my home is a priority. And then I got started. So there's that. And the lighting for this video is terrible. It's just, I don't know, the lighting just really made my face look really light. My husband said, oh, it's fine, but I don't know, it was the camera, because I wore the same makeup that I always wear. Wasn't any lighter than usual, but the way the lighting was just was not the best. Okay, so let's see what we've got going on over here. So, let's see. So Michelle said that she thinks that Faith and Flowers intro was great. She likes the sneak peek before she watches the video. And I have to tell you, I sat there watching it, and at first I didn't quite realize that all of that was the intro. I thought, wow, this intro is really long. But I sat there and I watched it, and then I watched the whole video. So that worked for her. And but Miss Congeniality said what that I showed might be have all that she might have watched on that one. So Cheryl says she liked my video intro. It was just a teaser, so she would like to watch more to see what I did. Oh, that's kind of nice to know. So in the video that I worked on today, I made the intro a little longer, but we'll talk about that in a minute. So Pretty Things, who is Renee, says it's like teaching a lesson, but not telling the students or audience what the lesson is about. Exactly. It's like giving a little bit of a peek as to, you know, like you're telling them a little bit as to what you're going to talk about, but you don't have the whole talk just yet. So Mrs. Pollard says she doesn't mind seeing the end before the beginning because it leaves her more curious to see the process. Okay. I think Mrs. Pollard, aren't you one of my subscribers from my traditional homemaking channel as well? Because I'm thinking I've seen you over there before, or is it here that I've seen you? I can't remember now, but I think I've seen you over there before as well. So Dee at D Lovely Life, my name twin, her name is Denise, but she goes by Dee. She's here to visit us tonight. And Vancy says she likes teaching the lesson. So, okay. All right. So, oh, okay. You said it was fine. You enjoyed your content. Well, I'm glad you enjoyed the content. I just felt like the lighting was bad. And the camera that I have, well, my regular camera, I had to send it out to have it repaired. So I'm using my my Canon Mark G7X Mark II or something like that. And the lighting just kind of is automatic, and it comes and goes when it pleases. And that just made that one really light. So Michelle said she liked my intro a little better, but she likes to see a regular speed video at the intro instead of the time lapse, whereas she thinks mine left her running a little bit more. I don't usually care for time lapse videos like that, and I was a little surprised to see it in the intro. I probably wouldn't have put it in the intro. If I was going to do it, I probably would have put it in a little later. But regardless, it gave you an idea as to what was going to go on in the video, and it kept me watching. I watched the entire intro, and then I watched the entire video. So oh, thank you, Cheryl. My daughter gave me that photo as a Christmas gift. So yes, thank you. Kim says she likes sneak peeks too, but don't show too much. Okay, I get it. And Mari says, yes, that's Kamala Harris, our new VP. My daughter gave me that as one of my Christmas gifts. So Dee says she likes to place a 8-second hooker teaser for her videos. And if you watch the Nick Nimmin video and the Salma Jeffrey video, they both talk about that. So I really do encourage you guys to take a look at that. Okay, so now when we go back to the outside cooking, the one in the snow, Miss Congeniality said she thought it was really good. And that one, it was like I opened it up. As soon as you saw me at the grill, I started talking. So it was like that talking, though, was like part of the intro. And then I was right into the video. And the one nice thing I like when I'm doing those cooking outdoor videos, a couple of the neighbors have a dog, and every now and then one of the dogs will be just barking just enough in the background that it sounds really rustic. So I do like that part as well. So thank you, Miss Congeniality. I appreciate that. Uh, So now Rachel said if she's a faithful subscriber to that channel, she's been known to sit through long intros. Exactly. Once you get to know people and you know their style, you do sit through it. Now that was the longest intro I've seen Robin do, though. So I was surprised at how long it was, except that I had been looking at some information regarding YouTube metrics. So then I thought, okay, she's hearing the message regarding that. Okay, so she says she is subscribed. So Mrs. Pollard says she is subscribed to the TNT channel. So that's where I thought I'd seen her before. So, tonight, we're just talking YouTube strategy, but we appreciate your input as we talk about these intros. So let us know your thoughts. Okay. Now you noticed that, but had to ask your husband. Thanks for confirming. I'm not sure now what you're talking about right now, Mary. What were you talking about that you noticed but had to ask your husband? I'm not sure. Yes. And then Mary said Darcy likes the teasers as well. Short intros are always good. And then Bamsey says she saw the cooking on my main channel. Yes, I don't do cooking over here. So, okay. Oh, the picture. Okay, I got you. I was like, now what were we talking about? I was thinking about the video. So there's that. So now let's go to another video. Well, just hang on a second. So I'm going to share the screen again. Click that. Click that. And I'm going to share this one. And I'm going to cancel that. Um, Now I'm going to play her content because I did send her a message and I told her that I was going to share this video on tonight's show so we can talk about it. This is a new YouTuber that I have just discovered, and she is absolutely adorable. She's a young mom, a young homemaker, so she's doing the homemaker thing, raising two little boys and creating and making and keeping a home on her own. And I love her YouTube channel. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you see how she gets it started. And then you guys jump in and give thoughts. And then I'll make sure she comes back and checks it out. Because she won't be on tonight because of time differences and stuff with her little ones. But I'm going to unmute it and let you guys hear it. Her channel was called That's Charming. Oh, wait, I can't let it play because I just remembered she's got music and I'm not subscribed to that music. So I'm going to have to let it be mute. But okay, let's go ahead. So she opens it up. She's looking at the ads in the Sam's Club paper. And you can kind of see what she's doing. I like the close up. And then right there at 24 seconds, she starts talking and she says, she tells you, I'm looking at the ads. The ads are looking pretty good today. So she's making her list for her monthly grocery haul. So this is all part of her intro. So she's still letting us know what she's going to do. She's got to get her monthly groceries. She's checking the Sam's Club flyer, that kind of thing. And we're at let's see, 42 seconds. And right here is when she gets started. She says, "What's up, everybody? This is Darnisha at That's Charming." So usually when she say, "What's up, everybody?" you know she's like started right into the video. So up until 56 seconds, that was her intro. But as she opened it up with us, she's doing something, and it's something that many of us would do. And I like the close up of it. So she's like, we're right up in her face while she is, making those notes. And then she starts telling us about the notes, and then she gets right into it. So now I'm going to stop sharing and come on back over here. And okay, so now what are your thoughts there? I liked the intro. Now, again, I've become one of her followers and one of her subscribers. So I like what she does. And when I'm looking at videos, I like to see, well, how did they introduce themselves? How did they, what kind of picture angles and that kind of things do they take? And so Rachel said that she really liked that. You get the idea of what she's doing. It's short and personal and very relatable. Now, that's the interesting thing, Rachel, because you said it was short and personable, but it was 44 seconds before she really got into the video itself. So up until seconds 44, when she said, what's up, everybody? I'm going to be blah, 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 blah. It was all the intro. But you didn't realize it was all the intro because you were engaged right away. And she was talking about the different sales and all that. And I know it because I heard it earlier. But I thought, good job. I was like, kudos to you on that one. And the other thing was, she said it was personable and very relatable. So even though it was a little longer, it seemed to Rachel that it was short, but it was also very personal and very relatable. So again, she just jumped right in. So what is the name of her channel? Oh, yes. If everybody could go and take a look, check her out. Her channel is called That's Charming. That's the name of her channel. That's Charming. And she's just adorable, just a young mom kind of getting things started, got two cute little boys, and very relatable to many of you young moms out there. So me, I'm in the grandmother's season of life, but I can relate to the things she's doing because I remember when I was doing some of those things. And so there's that. And, we never really get over that little baby longing, even like I don't want one here full time. But every now and then it's kind of nice to have a baby in the house. So yeah. So there's the name of her channel. And Mary liked her technique. She thought it was a great technique. And so once again, the name of that channel is That's Charming. So please check her out. So now, Renee, I think that was it. Rena thought that it was very engaging, but a bit long for an intro. And yes, That's Charming is the name. It might have been, but it worked for her. It worked for her. So there's that one. Okay, so I'm going to get that off. And that's the name of the channel one more time. And let's see. Let's make sure I got them all. We did that one. We did that one. And I think a snowstorm, what's this one? Oh, I know what that is. Okay. We did that one. We did that one. Oh, okay. Here's one that I want to show you guys too, because I just kind of went through and looked at a couple of different people that I follow, and I was looking at what they're doing, and this one is called Inspired by Nikki. Here's her channel name right here, Inspired by Nikki. And I don't know why it's dark. There we go. And I have it on mute because she's probably got music. But, you know, she opens right up. You see what she's doing. She's planting some flowers. And this one is called Loving Your Home in Every Season, Decorate and Clean with Me, Tireless Homemaking. And she does a lot of introspective talking about homemaking and things like that on this channel. So notice we're at 35 seconds and she's still doing what she's doing. She's just, you know, she's just opened the video up and she just went ahead and got started with the work that she was going to do today. And you think, oh, is this the intro, or did she forget the intro? Is she in the video? This is just all part of the video. Oh, look at that birdhouse. Oh, I love that little birdhouse. You guys know how I love birdhouses and birds and stuff. So she's cleaning the door. We are at 1 minute and 13 seconds. She's doing some spring cleaning and, you know, doing stuff that's got to be done. And at 1 minute and 58 seconds, she brings in her intro. And so you see her slider. And then she says, hello, everybody, I'm Nikki. And she starts talking about whatever it is she's talking about. So wasn't time lapse or anything like that. Real-time video. She just started the video. You saw at the beginning what it was going to be about, or at least part of what it was going to be about, because what she showed in the intro, she didn't do those same things later on in the video. At least I don't remember now. I saw this video a couple of days ago and thought it was one that I would want to share with you guys. Hi, Concerned Parent. Glad you're here. Now, Concerned Parent, tonight is our YouTube strategy night. This is our YouTube talk. And so tonight we're just talking about YouTube strategy. And the strategy we're discussing tonight is how to start our YouTube videos. And so we're looking at what kind of intros are most engaging for you, our target audience. So if you could jump in and share. I just shared a video from one of the people that I follow, and I love her videos. They're very artistic, and the music and everything is just so artistic, and it just flows. So the question now is, how are you guys liking the way that video flowed? Keeping in mind, it was almost 2 minutes before she came on and said, welcome everyone, I'm Nikki, and tonight we're going to do blah, 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 blah. She just started her video, and for 2 minutes, she just did her thing. And then after you saw that 2 minutes, she does her intro. She tells you more of what she's going to talk about and why. And then she shows you other stuff. So what were your thoughts on there? So Dee says 30 seconds or less is what she would shoot for. And you know, okay, I get it, Dee. Anybody else have any other thoughts? Anyone else have any other thoughts? And I like Nikki's videos. They're very artistic, and I just like the way they flow. So, and I know I'm going to watch the whole video because I'm one of her regular subscribers. So as Rachel said earlier, if I'm one of their regular subscribers, I'm probably more than likely going to watch the whole thing. So Mary said she thought it was a little long, but if you're in the mood for something slow, this would be great. And that's the key word, I think, Mary, is slow, because Nikki's videos are very slow. They're very relaxed. They're just very relaxed, very thoughtful. So, when you watch her videos, it's like you're ready to just kind of sit back and relax and just enjoy a very thoughtful, artistic, and beautiful video. So I don't mind the lengthy intro. So, hey, Karen, I am so glad you jumped on tonight, and I'm glad you said what you said. Notice Karen said she thinks we're nearing a no intro world. And Karen, I think you're right. I think you're right. I think we are nearing a no intro world. And then Mary says it depends upon the subject and the audience. And yes, absolutely. So now here's the thing with Nikki at Inspired by Nikki, and I'm going to put in that was her channel. So that was I guess I should spell it right. So Inspired by Nikki, that was the last video that we saw. When you watch her videos, you know that you're in for a very relaxing, very artistic video. And so the audience expects that. But if you were just jumping on for the first time, what would your thoughts be? Would you think, oh, I don't know if I want to stick around for that. That's too long. That's too much. You may have even watched the whole 2 minutes before you even realized that that was the intro. Because again, you jumped right in and it was interesting. I was very interested. It opened right up and she was planting a flower. And Mary, right now, you know how hungry I am to plant something. You know, I was digging it. And I was like, oh, she's planting flowers. And then she's doing other things on her porch. I'm like, oh, she's got nice weather. She can sweep her porch and it's nice. If I was out sweeping my porch tonight, you guys would see snow out in the yard and maybe even at the end of the porch. So, so there's that. Okay, now let me back up for a second because I'm missing some good conversation over here. So now Rachel said she didn't like it, especially if there's no talking about what was being done. It was beautifully done, but too long. Yes, there was talking, Rachel. It was beautifully done. And she was talking all through it, doing a voiceover about what she was doing and why. And the topic of that particular video was loving your house through every season, which I guess is a good lesson to me too, because she's loving her house. And whereas it's winter for her, she's in Las Vegas, Nevada, where it's warm pretty much all year round, or at least it's got decent weather all year round. I'm in Indiana. So, what's loving my house through every season, I'd have to, be doing something interesting for a cold porch. But yes, there was video and there were words. So she was talking to you. You definitely would have been engaged with the words she was sharing. So that would have been good. But I couldn't let you hear it because she also had a little bit of music underlying there. And I can't play somebody else's music because the music people, like they have little markers on the music. And then if it picks up that I've got their music and I didn't pay for it, then I get dinged. And so I try not to play anybody's video out loud so that if there's any music on there, I don't get in trouble for that. So Mary said she thinks it depends upon the subject and the audience. And you're right. When you watch Inspired by Nikki, you know the kind of video you're going to get. So she plays to the audience that she has. She also does this thing where she calls elegant homemaking and the feminine allure, where she talks about really pretty nightgowns and dressing gowns and just really pretty things to have it in your home to be beautiful for your husband. So she does some very interesting things on her channel as well. So Stacy says she thinks you should do what's best for each video. And actually, and you're probably right there too. But now each video, though, the thing is, you're probably going to want to at least create some kind of style. And when I say style, I mean a particular style format for you for your videos. So I've tried to kind of change my format up And so I have a particular flow. So when I say style, I mean a particular flow for your videos. And Robin changed her flow up a little bit. When we looked at her video, and she had that really long intro, and she had that speeded up, that time lapse in her intro. That's not usually what I see on her channel. So she changed her flow, her style up a little bit there. So Mary asks, have I seen the trend about slow living as a topic? I have. The one in particular was slow living. This is expat. Her and her husband had moved to France. I'm not sure what her husband does, but he does something that they had to move to France. And so she's there as a housewife. But I have seen that. I don't know a lot about it, but it's interesting to think about. Maybe I'll look into it. Well, I should write that down. Slow living as a thing. So I'll look into that. So Dee says if she's doing a collab or even an evergreen video, she takes her time to do a proper intro, but on her vlog, she does more of an 8-second hook. Okay, I see what you're saying. I get it. I get it. So Rachel says she really likes talking intros. And yeah, all the intros we've seen had talking in them. I just couldn't turn the audio on because they also have music in them, and I can't play their music, but they all had that. So Karen said she thought it was good. She launched right into her video and then delivered on her title, her thumbnail, and the expectation. Yes, Nikki does beautiful videos. If my videos could be that beautiful when my YouTube channel grows up, I would love it. She does beautiful videography, and her content is beautifully scripted out too. She really puts a lot of thought into what she talks about as a homemaker, as a mom, as a wife, as a daughter and granddaughter, because she cares for her grandparents, well, her granddad now, because her grandmother recently died, and she would go over and take care of them every morning. But so she's a well-rounded woman, like all of us. You know, she's got a full life and lots of different things that she does. And she shares all of that with you on video. Now, we don't see the kids. Like, we saw the one little girl running through, but we don't see the kids anymore. When I first started watching her, she's got 4 children. And you would see her and the kids, and they'd be doing family stuff and just all kind of stuff with the kids. But then when the kid apocalypse came, she took her kids out of the video, and then she made a 360 change to it just being more about homemaking and being a wife and that kind of stuff. So it's just interesting. So I encourage you to check out a couple of her videos and see what you think. Next time we jump on, we can talk about, whether or not you like that kind of content or not. But I think even the young homemakers and the seasoned homemakers can gain something from it. So there was just that. But yeah, her thumbnail, her title delivered on the expectation. And you know what you're getting when you watch her videos. They're similar. They're not the same, but they're similar. She has a certain style or flow for her videos. So Vamsy said she really liked it. And then Rena says she agrees with no intro. Just get into the video because folks are not going to keep watching, and that's probably going to affect watch time for a few YouTubers. And see, that's the thing. Right now, watch time is king, and to get your watch time up is what gets you your hours to get to monetization. And when you're monetized, the watch time is what drives your YouTube revenue. So it doesn't matter how many subscribers you've got after you're monetized, because you got to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to get monetized. But then after that, the whole idea is to get your watch time up. So a lot of times what they've been showing is that people bail when they first get started because their intro is too long. So if you're chattering too long on those on those intros, you may lose people. And so you got to capture them quickly. Okay, so I think I missed something here. So Thelma, I think I missed something there. So I'm not sure what happened. Unless somebody asked you what your channel was about, maybe. I'm not sure. So there's that. So, those were the things that I wanted to think about. And so let's see, we saw that. And we did that one, that one, that one, and that one. Okay. So we pretty much looked at the things that I wanted you guys to see. Now let me find one other thing, which I shouldn't have closed that one. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. So, I wanted to try to get to, okay. Oh, wait, nope. I'm not supposed to do that. I have to figure out how can I do this without messing things up? Because that's the thing. I don't want to mess things up. What I want to try to do is get to an analytics page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to my channel and then I'll click on the analytics and then I can get there from here. So hang on a second. So I'm going to share the screen. I was so busy trying to clean the screen up that I closed all the ones out that I needed to see. So I think I should be able to get to YouTube Studio and then go to analytics. And then I want to look at analytics. I want to look at reach. No, I want to look at engagement. Okay. So this is what I wanted us to take a look at. And one of the things, I hope I got the right page. I want to find the one where it looks at your, maybe it's audience that I want. And how long people are still watching. So of course, now that I need to find it, I can't find it. I wanted to see where there's a analytics that shows how long people are watching. And, oh, here we go. Okay. So this particular one here, intro, it shows how long people are watching, but I'm not looking at it right. For some reason, it's not showing the way I'm used to it looking. Because this is showing what? Oh, I don't want to look at that one. That's the wrong one. We'll look at this one. Okay. This is what I wanted to see. Okay, so here we go. So here's a video and when I was doing the kitchen pantry. So here's the video. And so if you see right here, this is the first metrics that YouTube looks at. So it looks at the intro right there. And if you see here, they want to know how many viewers are still watching at around the 30-second mark. And that's why I thought, oh, okay, so that's why we're seeing a lot of people changing up the way they're doing their intros, because they want to know, are you still watching at the end of 30 seconds? And so here in this little pink range here, this is the 30-second mark. And then, gradually as people watch longer and longer, then they drop off closer to there. They also want to know how you're doing on the continuous segment. And the continuous segment is like from here to here. And so they want to know how many people are still watching, through there. And you can kind of see, oh, that video changed again. I didn't want that to change. So again, if we go back to intro, I wanted to look at this one. I don't know why it keeps changing. But again, you can see here on the first 30 seconds, you can see a spike right there. and then continuous segment down there for this Costco haul. You can see right in here, I still had a significant number of people watching. So right about there was the first 30 seconds. And so we had about 73% still watching after the first 30 seconds. Down here, I've got about 50% watching in this continuous segment here. And then let's look at spikes. And so I had one spike right there, and I'm not sure what I was doing there. I need a huge pot pie to serve a family. I know. So I guess I was talking about that pot pie. So a lot of people like that kind of part, that part. And then down here was when they really started to drop off. In starting your prepper pantry, click here. And I'm wrapping things up. And you guys can see that I am wrapping things up right there. So, okay. And I always get a little, here, let me come back. But, so now I'm going to come back over here to intro. And I'm going to come back down here to Costco because I don't know why it keeps shifting around. But you can kind of see that's why people are changing their intros up. So now let me come back. Let me stop sharing this. And I'm going to come back over here. So that's why people are switching up their intros and at least trying to keep people on for those first 30 seconds, because that's the first count that YouTube is taking. So, okay, so now let's see what's going on. You guys are talking to each other. And thank you, Dee. You know, I always get nervous when I'm trying to switch around and see stuff, you know, when I'm trying to do it live. That's why I'll try to get the pages up so that I can just click on them and they're right there to be seen. And then I made the mistake of clicking all of those off so that I had a clear screen. And I thought, oh, shoot, I clicked off the one that I wanted to show you guys. So now Michelle says, so that's why maybe if you're doing a collab, you might want to just start the video and then 2 minutes in talk about the collab and the host and that kind of thing. Because if you start talking about all that stuff about, oh, this video is part of a collab and blah, 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 people might jump off and they may miss the rest of the video. So as Michelle pointed out, go ahead and get your video started. And then somewhere during the first 2 to 5 minutes, you can mention that this video is part of a collaboration with other people. And yeah, if people hear right off that it's a collab, that they might just click off. Not just because it's a collab, but because you're talking. As Morgan says, when you're going to start the video. So they think you haven't started the video yet, and so they may click off. And hey, I got the glam queen of DIY. Hey there, Tammy. It is so good to have you with us tonight. And Dee agrees with that as well. So those were the talking points that I wanted us to think about in regards to the first 30 seconds of your video. So I was working on one today that I'm going to deploy tomorrow. And I'm going to tell you guys, I did like I do now. You know, I'll give some little peeks of some different things that I'm doing in the video, but I've got 35 seconds of intro where, you know, the first 35 seconds, when you come in, I just start doing some different things and I go from clip to clip to clip to clip to clip, showing you a couple different things. So I don't know, maybe it might be too much of a peek. We'll see. But the peaks are really short. And then I get into the intro where I tell you, you know, like what the video is actually about. So we'll see. But I made a point to count the seconds and put in enough clips so that I had 33 seconds of intro, very, very tiny clips, so that at least I'd have hopefully good data for those first 30 seconds. We'll see. I'm going to track those analytics and we'll see. So there. So what are you guys' thoughts about all of that? You know, that was it. What are you guys' thoughts about all of that? Oh, and I've got 24 of you guys on. If I could get 24 thumbs up, that would be great. Miss Congeniality, Miss Pollard, Rachel, you guys got any other comments about intros? Because that's what we're talking about tonight. And we need all the help we can get because we're trying to make sure that we deliver a good viewing experience to you. So if there's some tips that we can kind of take in and kind of massage and think over and think, okay, so maybe I might try this. And then my question for you YouTube creators is, what are you willing to do to try to improve your viewers' viewing experience as well as increasing your watch time? So okay, so my question of the day then, what are you willing to do regarding your intros to improve your viewers' viewing experience and increase your watch time? Which is 2 words. So this is the question. What are you willing to do regarding your intros to improve your viewers' viewing experience and increase your watch time? That's something I want you guys to think about. And then for you ladies that are on tonight that are just kind of helping us suss this out, what are your thoughts? Tell us what would improve the viewing experience for you at the beginning of the video. We've gotten some points from you already, and we certainly appreciate those. So what are your thoughts on that? So Dee wants to know, at what time in the video is best for sliders? Well, I would say maybe anywhere between 5 and 8 seconds is a good time for your slider, because at least those first 1 to 5 seconds, you like, bam, let them know what your video is going to be about. And then you throw your slider in there, and then you're into your video. And I'll show you what I did with mine in just a minute. So Mary's thinking about changing up her intros. And Mary, I agree with you. You might want to consider that. All of us, sometimes I can be so chatty. I tell you what, I was working on editing the video. I was sick of my own voice by the time I got done editing that video. So I was like, oh, I got to work on this. But sometimes I can just be so chatty, and I'm trying not to do that. So I'm trying to cut down some of that chattiness, particularly in the beginning. So yeah, we have to work on that, because we saw that the first metrics that the algorithm is counting is whether or not people are still watching after 30 seconds. We want them on after 30 seconds. So what do you need to do differently to keep them there? So let's see, I'm going to show a video that I did with that in a minute. So Mary says she really doesn't have an intro. Mary, is it okay? I'll go to your channel. Is it okay if I go to your channel and we can just kind of check you out? We'll see if I can figure out how to do that. So hang on a second. Gauge Girl Training. I will look that up, Miss Congeniality. Gauge Girl Training. I'll look that up and see what you're talking about there, because I'm not sure what that is, but I'll check it out. And then Kim says, let's talk it and get straight to it. Tell them what the video is. Yeah, that's what we kind of have to try to do. And then Mary said she doesn't really have an intro. Let me find, I'm just going to try to bring this up real quick, and we'll see what happens. So I'm still looking at you guys there. And I want my channel. And then I want, which one do I want? I think I want this one. And let me get this over here. Okay, so now I'm back over here. So hopefully it looks like I didn't, and then let me find this one other thing. Let's see. Mary Keys Happy Decor. Mary Keys Happy Home Decor. Oh, no, I got to go here. And then Mary Key's Happy Home Decor. There she is. And then, okay. All right. So hopefully you guys were able to see me the whole time while I was looking for that stuff. So now I'm going to go here. I'm going to share my screen, and then share my screen, share screen, Chrome tab. So I'm going to get right back to the beginning. And so many people are without power and trying to figure out how to get a hot meal. So I thought I would come out here and make some beef barley vegetable soup using some of my preps. And I'm just making it in my Legend Dutch oven over this fire on a grill. So here we are at 18 seconds, and then here's my slider. So I did a little bit of an intro, and then there's the slider. So I let people know what's going to go on first before I brought the slider in. And then this slider is just like 3 to 4 seconds. See that? So the first thing over this fire on a grill. 1, 2, 3. The slider is 3 seconds. So now I'm going to stop that and come back here. That slider is 3 seconds. And I purposefully, didn't want it very long. Mickey Blue Skies made that slider for me, and it probably lasts about 5 seconds because then the things kind of disappear. But for this purpose, I took it off this time. So now, before we get to that, Karen says, quick teaser and then into the video. So that's what she's willing to do differently. And Simple Southern Reflections, I think her name is Thelma. She said she was told she didn't talk enough, but she must learn to talk more. You got to create a happy medium there. And Simple Southern Reflections, I think your name is Thelma. So if I'm wrong, tell me. But yeah, you got to create a happy medium. And so you need to talk where you need to talk. But where you don't want to talk, you can play some nice music depending upon how it suits the mood of the video. So Glam Queen of DIY says in the style of a skit. Okay, I get that. Now, Laura Mae Bell says it's good to know about the slider. She tried to make her short. Yeah, you want to make those sliders like 3 to 5 seconds. You don't want them very long because if they're too long, people aren't going to stick around. I've seen some that people put in the beginning of their videos and they're 30 seconds. And now here's the thing. Excuse me. 30-second sliders used to be the thing. I bought one like last year. They used to be the thing. Everybody's sliders were anywhere from 20 to 30 seconds. But that was then. This is now. So we need to try to be responsive to today's audience and today's algorithm. Oh, thank you. Glam Queen, Mickey Blue Skies made that for me. And I know she's open to doing that kind of thing for other people. But yeah, she made that for me. We'll get to outros and trailers in a second, but let's go to look at Mary's channel. So now she said she didn't have much of an intro. Let's just take a look. So I'm going to share the screen. And then we're going to look at Mary, which is right here. Now, Mary, I got you on mute because if you've got music, I don't want to get in trouble. But so this is her video, Welcome to the Heart of Hearts. And so we're going to just let it play. Here we go. Well, we got 20 seconds. Looks like somebody's getting married. Um, yep, you got music, so I gotta turn that off. It looks like you have a whole minute though of an intro. I am going to just see, where do you actually start? Okay, I'm going to stop that. I'm going to come back over here. So, it looked to me like you had a very long intro, but I couldn't hear it. So when did you actually start talking? If that whole first minute was just music and we're looking at those pictures and different things like that, then that was going to be way too long. But I couldn't really get a good idea because I couldn't hear it. Oh, so Mary says she doesn't really usually talk because she's kind of shy. You know what, Mary? You got to get used to talking. You can do videos where you don't show yourself, but it's kind of difficult to have videos where you don't say anything at all, unless you get some kind of a robo voice that can kind of simulate you or something like that. Uh, Now, there was an idea there saying D had a good idea, but I don't see what it was. What was D's good idea? Oh, dive into the content, less chatty of explaining. Yeah, that's true. Quick teaser and an intro. Rachel feels 30 seconds or under is a good shoot for. Keep it on the topic of the video. Yes, keep it on topic for the video. Now, long trailers. Long trailers meaning, when you say trailers, do you mean the end? Because typically when people say trailer, it's like a little promo for a movie. So are you talking about the end? If you're talking about at the end, then trailers should be short. At the end of the video, if that's what you're talking about, the outro, what's going on at the end, then they need to be somewhat short too, because people just may bounce. Oh, so D has a 5-second and a 20-second slider that she uses. It all depends upon whether or not, it depends upon the video then, if it's going to be new friends or whatever. So she's got a 5-second and a 20-second. I get that, because when you're doing something that's pretty much for your YouTube, for your viewers, then you can be a little bit more avant-garde because they know you and they love you, and then whatever you do, they're going to watch. But if you're trying to attract new people, then you got to go by whatever is, like whatever is best practice at the time. So Mary said she doesn't have intro. So now I see what she was talking about. Oh, the beginning. So pretty things, you're talking about trailers at the beginning. When I was talking about intros and trailers are the same thing. From the YouTube perspective, an intro and a trailer is the same thing. An intro or the trailer is what you're showing at the beginning of the video. Because, you're not going to make a whole video that just shows a little bit about your video and then show the video. So an intro is your trailer for your video. Because, there's no point in doing a trailer for a video unless you're introducing a huge collaboration that's coming up, and you're going to, you've got something you want to talk about that's coming up. And so you share about that in the trailer. And so you said that this is what you're going to come to look for. So stay tuned. And this piece might be a couple of minutes and that's it. But if it's the beginning of your video, you want to try to keep it short. And then, Laura May Bell. Let's see if I can find that just real quick. And then I think we've done all of our business. So I think I'm not finding it. Let's see. Laura May. Oh, Bell. Okay. Let me look again. Okay, so so now what we're going to do is take a peek at this one. So I'm getting kind of good at this, guys. I was able to find that pretty quickly and not mess it up. Well, I'm not there yet. There we go. I was able to find it and not mess up the live stream. So, here we are. I do have it muted. So now, bam, she's given us 5 ways. We saw the number 5, and so she's talking about different things. And then here she goes. So now we're at 10 seconds, and she's already into her video. So let's take a look at that again. Now, see, that's like bam. 5 ways to wear a scarf. And then there's her slider. Laura May Bell, clever, classy style for 4 seasons. And we can see the 4 seasons right there. There's her slider. And her slider starts at 8 seconds. And 9 seconds, we're back in. So her slider was probably what, 2 seconds? One, 2, 3 seconds. Yeah, her slider was 3 seconds. So see, that works. So we don't really need to have them too long. So yeah. And I thought the intro was good because, she's right there. She shows us the scarf. So we know what we're going to get. And then, she's into it. So good job. Thumbs up. Kimberly, thank you. It is 9 o'clock. So it is time for us to be wrapping it up, ladies. So thumbs up, please. I'd appreciate that. And so Laura, the ladies liked it. Rachel, Miss Congeniality, Mrs. Pollard, what are your thoughts? You guys are our viewers. What are your thoughts about that? You guys saw it. So yeah. So yeah, looks like that's it. So I just want to show you guys one more slide. So let me find it. And then we were going to wrap this up because there's something that I did want to be sure and tell you guys about. And it is here. So we're going to go to my channel and we're going to go to community tab. And what I wanted to show you guys was this. Nope, not that. Okay. What I wanted to show you guys was this. Now, the updates for the open advice and collaborations are already in this description box. So they're there for you to see. But here's the thing that I wanted you to notice. And that's right here. On March 31st is the One Box Challenge hosted by my everyday wife, which is Michelle. Oh, I got to clean that up. But anyway, this is the thing. Now, the One Box Challenge, I think, used to be done by Rachel at Sweet and Simple Home. She's, taken her YouTube channel down. She's not on anymore. That left the One Box Challenge open and up for grabs. And Michelle is thinking about doing that. And she could make that seasonal. I think you ought to do it, Michelle. I think Rachel's not on anymore. I think you ought to go forward and do the one box challenge. And you could just mention, you know what, every time you do it, you could just say, one box challenge used to be hosted by Rachel at Sweet and Simple Home, but she's no longer doing that. So I wanted to continue the tradition or whatever. You know what to do to say, and just, hey, let people know. So I thought that was a smart move, was to jump on and to host that one box challenge and to go for it. So now let me just correct that while we're here, because I don't want somebody coming along finding that and thinking, what on earth is that? So there's that. So now I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm going to come back over here, and then I'm just going to let you guys know that again, that the description box tonight, it's in there, and I did put it in there. Sometimes when I put stuff in here, then I have to go over to the YouTube channel and make some corrections. They don't always show up in both places, but I made a point to put it in here tonight, so it should be under there. All right, so it looks like everybody got some good stuff tonight. Let's see. Okay. All right, ladies. So I think we had a good show tonight. We covered all our content. Roberto Blake is on. He's usually on for a while. I encourage you guys to jump on because he always brings the content. Roberto Blake is fire. So I will jump on and check him out tonight. In the meantime, I will see you guys next time. Bye.